This is Jay Moyer, excited to continue our rookie prospect breakdown series. This week we're going to get into another highly touted running back. That's DeAndre Swift. Let's talk about DeAndre Swift, junior running back from the University of Georgia. Listed at 5'9", 215 pounds, turned 21 years old in January. Elected team captain and offensive MVP by the Georgia football program in 2019 after putting up over 1,400 yards with 24 receptions and 8 touchdowns. Let's get into some strengths and weaknesses. First off, Swift possesses elite acceleration. He can go from a stop to full speed in just a few steps. If he has time to stop his forward momentum, Swift also shows elite hip swivel and change of direction. This is very helpful when he's faced with one-on-one opportunities with the defender bearing down head-on. He shows an excellent jab, cut, and spin move to defeat tacklers in these types of situations. He also shows promise as a receiver with excellent hands. While one of his strengths is that he does not have any glaring weaknesses, his relative weaknesses include just average contact balance and power, as well as limited top-end speed. Where I really have concerns about his game is in the craft of playing running back. While Swift's vision is good and he generally identifies the proper hole, some of the nuanced footwork that goes along with playing running back is missed. Specifically, he misses opportunities to manipulate the second level. Also, he's imprecise with his technique through collisions, with a stiff arm that often misses the mark, and imprecise pad placement that can result in missed opportunities to pick up extra yards, especially in short yardage situations. And while he does catch the ball well and excelled on swings and screen passes, he shows inefficient breaks on his downfield routes that result in some difficulty separating from linebackers. Let's take a deep dive on the film, starting with his strengths and specifically acceleration. We're going to start off with an inside zone carry against Vanderbilt. On the inside zone, he's reading the linebacker through the front side defensive tackles, in this case through the combo block of the center and the right guard. After the snap, the combo block never fully develops. The defensive tackle beats the center across his face, and both linebackers fill front side on the inside zone. Swift has an early opportunity to cut back inside the tight end's cut block on the backside and pick up probably 2 to 3 yards. Instead, as he presses the line of scrimmage, he makes a high-risk decision, stopping his momentum, flipping his hips 90 degrees, and working towards the bounce with a one-on-one with the corner. While not textbook execution of inside zone, this high-risk decision is something Swift can pull off because of his elite acceleration. He goes from a stop to full speed in just a couple of steps and beats the corner around the edge, picking up 5 yards before he's contacted just outside the numbers. He finishes the run through the corner's attempted tackle, picking up 8 yards on the play. This play highlights Swift's ability to flip his hips from a stop and change direction, followed by rapid acceleration to get to top speed. Again, his acceleration, or burst, is really excellent. Here's another play that shows off that acceleration around the edge, this time running wide zone. The frontside edge collapses, giving him a short edge, and setting up a one-on-one with the corner. Despite the corner having outside leverage with an advantageous angle, Swift uses straight acceleration, no evasive movements, and is able to get the corner. Beating an SEC corner around the edge who has an angle on you really shows special acceleration. It's not something that you typically see. As he gets the edge and works his way up the sideline, Swift runs into a tackler approaching from an inside angle. He's unable to effectively cut back and gets tackled running out of bounds. While Swift is good at taking advantage of poor angles and defeating tacklers who are approaching head-on, he often struggles to defeat these types of tackles where defenders are pursuing with a proper angle and he's not able to beat them with their own momentum. Still, the acceleration he shows early on this play is characteristic of his game and is a special trait to possess as he transitions to the NFL.
Hey there, it's Harris. I want to thank Felix Gray for sponsoring this video. Without Felix Gray, they would not be able to do Jay's great college film breakdowns. So if you're looking to support a sponsor who is themselves supporting something that you enjoy, consider Felix Gray. I wear Felix Gray glasses every single time I'm on a screen. That's because they are sunscreen for your retinas. If you get headaches after a long day of looking at screens, I'm telling you, Felix Grays are for you. They filter out blue light. They make your eyes feel better. You can get them in prescription or not. Tons of frame styles to choose from. Shipping and returns always free. If your eyes are bugging you, I hope you will check them out. Thank you, Felix Gray. Go to felixgrayglasses.com/HarrisTube.
As I mentioned, Swift is excellent at defeating tacklers who are approaching head-on. Here, he's running wide zone to the left. The offense creates a nice big gap to run through, with a corner waiting on the other side of the hole for a one-on-one. Even in a tight space, Swift is able to create misdirection with his footwork, first jabbing outside, then inside, and then breaking back outside. The three-step sequence gets the corner off balance, and Swift is able to then accelerate through the indecision of the corner and get into the open field. This quick, efficient cutback is a hallmark of his game and is a very effective tool for winning these type of head-on one-on-ones. As he gets into the open field, we see Swift's weakness defeating other types of tackles rear its head. He tries to ward off with a stiff arm, which is imprecisely placed and gets tackled by the linebacker approaching from an indirect angle. If Swift can learn to consistently ward off these indirect tackles, he'll be a much more dangerous runner in the open field. As it stands, he's at his best, again, when a tackler is approaching head-on, one-on-one. In these same situations, Swift also shows a nice spinning corkscrew spin move to defeat tacklers. Again, on the wide zone, he's able to get a crease and accelerate and beat the angle of the free safety. He meets the other safety in the open field, drops his weight to get to balance, initiates contact with the back of his right shoulder as he spins through the tackle, keeps his balance, and he's off to the races for a touchdown. This spin and the jab cut are very effective and frequently used tools by Swift. My biggest issue with Swift's game comes down to the craft of running back and the nuanced footwork required to manipulate second-level defenders in the NFL. Here, we see a wide zone pin-pull scheme. As the play develops, Swift identifies the defensive tackle and the middle linebacker in position to fill the inside gaps. Swift immediately turns his attention outside, directing both his eyes and his feet in that direction. What you would like to see is him sell an inside path to get that linebacker to commit. By forcing the linebacker to commit to the A-gap, he then takes him out of play as Swift works outside along his planned path. Because he does not sell that inside attack, the linebacker is free to scrape across 1, 2, 3 gaps before forcing Swift to run out of bounds. You can find examples like this all across Swift's film. He often gives up his intentions early with his eyes and his feet and allows linebackers to beat him to the spot. Here's another example in a short yardage situation. On 3rd and 2, he's going to run inside zone, again reading that middle linebacker through the right guard and center's combo block. In the second level, you have number 18 and number 11. As the play progresses, the right guard works his way to number 18. Number 11, whose gap responsibility is the backside A gap, is an unblocked defender. Swift needs to manipulate this linebacker with his footwork and his eyes to create space to pick up the first down. Swift should work towards the A-gap with his eyes and his feet until number 11 commits, at which point he should then burst through that B-gap bubble that's created. Instead, Swift's eyes and feet go directly to the B-gap. Number 11 is able to abandon his gap responsibility early and beat Swift to the hole. As they make contact, Swift does not have the power to overcome this direct contact by the middle linebacker and push through for the first down. Again, this lack of nuanced play is consistent in this film and will be especially important when he's operating in tighter spaces than what he saw at Georgia. Finally, let's take a quick look at his route running. Here we have an option route where he's faced one-on-one with a linebacker. As he runs his route, he needs to attack the cushion, get the linebacker uncomfortable. Instead, Swift takes choppy steps and never really eats the cushion between himself and the backer, allowing the backer to stay balanced. With the linebacker comfortable and square, Swift enters his inside break. He tries to sell an outside break with a jab step, but gives away his inside intent with his eyes and his hips from the start. The linebacker, who again is in a comfortable position, is able to react to this break, run Swift's route for him, undercut the route, and prevent any separation. Swift then improvises, breaking back over his inside shoulder to pick up the catch and the first down. But the sloppy route prevented execution of the play as drawn, and Swift will need to improve his footwork to gain separation and earn targets in the NFL. Overall, Swift has received a lot of attention as RB1 in the 2020 class. And while he does a lot of things well, he does only one or two things on an elite level. Specifically, his acceleration and his ability to beat tacklers one-on-one when approaching head-on. Given his lack of elite contact balance, speed, or size, Swift will need to take his craftsmanship to the next level to be effective in the NFL. He must improve his footwork, He must improve his ability to press the hole and manipulate the second level. And while he's thought to have high receiving upside, in order to be a consistent and effective receiver at the next level, he must improve his attention to detail and execution of his routes.
Thanks so much for watching. Please, please, please smash that like button, write a comment, tell us who else you'd like to see us review film on, and of course, best of all, please subscribe to our channel and then click that little bell above the subscribe button and you'll be notified whenever we post a new video.